Hi, everybody. I'm Scott Stanford, host of OG Sports here on OnlyGood TV. We're on the lookout for inspiring sports stories, amazing athletes, and one-of-a-kind comebacks. Today, we're meeting Jason McElwain. Some of you may remember Jason from back in '03 when he took the court for the greatest high school senior night in Rochester history for the Greece Athena High School Trojans. Jason was the basketball team's manager, never had the chance to play in a game before. He put on a jersey, got hot as a pistol, scored 20 points. His teammates rushed the court after the game, hoisted him into the air, and the rest, as they say, is history. Oh, J-Mac, thanks for hanging out with us here on OG Sports, buddy. Listen, I want to get right into that game. I want to get right into that night. Dude, take me back to it. You were sitting on the bench. I mean, in your wildest dreams, did you ever think you'd actually be getting into a game?
Well, back in 2006, that season was a roller coaster ride. Going into senior night, about 48 hours before, Coach gave me my jersey, and he said, I can't promise you I'll get you into the game, depending on how the game is going. I'm like, I just want to win. I didn't care where my role was, if I was getting in or not. I would have been just happy with the division title. And then when I got my opportunity, I gave it all I had, and the planets aligned. I worked for that moment, and it was one of those nights where every shot went in. It was like the bucket was like a big old huge bucket.
Now, you missed the first two shots, I think, right? But then first three, and then you started knocking them down, hitting the three-pointers. You finished with 20 points. You guys won the game. They're lifting you up. ESPN gets the footage. They're playing it that night. Just what was going through your mind back then, bud, once all this was going on and your life was literally changing in minutes?
The whole school was going nuts about it. Everyone wanted to see the tape. Then one of the staff members in the building wanted the tape to send to the local news media, and they got it. Channel 8 said, can we send this out nationally and see what happened, see if there will be a story? And we're like, sure, if it makes a story. And then come Monday, then all the calls started rolling. Our first postseason week preparation for sectionals, it was like going to the Super Bowl and having media day. ESPN's in the building, CNN's in the building, ABC is in the building, CBS is in the building at our practices. And Coach had to kick the media out of practice because it felt like it was a distraction to our team.
Right.
Going into postseason, and we won our first sectional game against our rivals, Arcadia, who we lost to at the buzzer in the semis 2 years in a row, my junior and sophomore year. Then we held on, and we finally get to the sectional finals. We're finally here against Irondequoit. Both teams haven't been to the finals. ESPN and all the national media is still following us. We ended up winning the championship at the buzzer, and the dream came true, which was the bigger than the 20-point game. We finally did it. We finally won the sectionals, finally broke the barrier. And it's ironic because it was a similar story to Peyton Manning, who I got my first job out of high school as the intern with the Indianapolis Colts.
Wow.
Peyton Manning's team was in the same boat. And him and Coach Dungy, they were known as not winning the big one. And then 6 months later, they won the Super Bowl. So it was just ironic how the two stories aligned. I got to meet President Bush. I got to meet LeBron James. Kobe Bryant, who was my boyhood idol.
That's crazy.
Magic Johnson. I got to be around the Colts for 4 training camps. 2 NCAA final appearances where I met with the Florida Gators. Billy Donovan, Joakim Noah, Corey Brewer, Big Baby Glenn Davis.
When you meet these people, did a lot of those folks tell you that you were inspirational to them?
Yes. That story, I heard things like that story gave us, was one of the most inspirational, unheard of moments ever. It gave kids with disabilities hope that they could succeed in this world.
The footage ran on ESPN, right, which really kind of changed life for you for that moment. And then you're up for an ESPY award, right, as Sports Moment of the Year.
And the fans have decided the ESPY goes to Jason McElwain.
And you end up beating Kobe for that award. You know, when they called your name, man, what was that like for you to not only win the award, but to beat Kobe Bryant for the award?
No, I think that Kobe Bryant, to this day, after he passed in the spring, or back in February, whatever Sunday it was, I wish I could give it back to him, to be honest with you.
Wow.
Kobe Bryant was my boyhood idol. What hit me when I met him was his workouts were be bored with the basics. Once you hit success, you got to continue to work for more success. And we had a great meeting, and it was surreal.
I can imagine, man. It's just, you know, even just looking back on that footage, and I remember, you know, as a sports anchor, I think I actually ran that footage down here in New York when you pulled that off. But, you know, so all that happened, you become an instant hero, and now you have books, you have movies, the book, The Game of My Life. Why'd you write it, and what's the message behind that book for you?
Well, the message is growing up with autism to now to provide inspiration to kids with autism that they can succeed in this world.
Do you ever go back and watch that footage and just, you know, go back to
only when I'm in a speaking engagement?
And what's usually the reaction when you do these motivational speeches? When you get out there after that video plays, what's their reaction to what you pulled off that night?
Inspiration. People in tears of joy. People saying that I've never seen such a moment like that in my life.
Yeah, it's incredible, man. And now, you know, now you're out speaking. You know, what's your message when you travel and you're out talking to people?
Well, I've coached for 15 years since then. Hard work pays off eventually. Dreams sometimes do come true. The message I want to send to the guys that are in that role to be the best teammate they can be.
Jason, listen, before we go, you know, to anybody who's watching us right now, to kids who are in high school, through people who are my age, you know, what can you tell them, man, about just, you know, being ready and not giving up?
Success is not an accident. Success is actually a choice. Greatness is earned, not given. Respect is earned, not given. The harder you work, the luckier you get. You live present, you play present. People who try and fail are more superior than people who don't try at all.
Jason, thanks for spending some time with us here, my friend. It was
appreciate it,
dude. I keep it going, my friend. Congrats on all your success, and I look forward to hearing more from you in the future, bud.
I appreciate it.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. I want to thank Jason once again for joining us here on OG Sports. My friends, we're always on the lookout for the next inspirational hero. So if you know someone, send them our way, won't you? We're always looking for those who are going to change the world. I'm Scott Stanford.